Erica. How's it going? Glad to see you. Glad you're here. Thanks for jumping on. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here with Peaches. Yep. I just posted on my Instagram that Peaches has more followers than I do. So, hey Sandy. It's good to see you. Hey Jane. Glad you're jumping on. Thanks for jumping on with me. Oh, I don't know if y'all saw that, but hummingbird just buzzed by my head. So I have to show you this before we get started. So this is how much of a geek I am with my hummingbirds. My friend Carolyn posted this on my Facebook page the other day. Somebody had gotten this fountain, hopefully you can see that, and the hummingbirds were playing in it. So of course I had to run out and buy it immediately. So I haven't actually had any hummingbirds use it yet, but I only got it yesterday, so I'm excited to see what happens. Hey guys. So if y'all haven't met Peaches, here she is. Thanks so much for jumping on today. I just wanted to do another kind of a follow-up to yesterday's scope that Jill and I did regarding cardio obsession. And then I also had some questions from Kim and thank you, yes she is, from Kim and from other folks, just basically how to introduce weight training into the types of weight training to do in order to build muscle. And then also Sarah Lester had asked me what a typical day of eating looks like. So go ahead and just talk a little bit about that. But before we get going, tell me right now, what are you excited about right now? Tell me something good. What are you excited about? What lights you up right now? What's the best thing that's happened to you today so far? I'll share with you mine. I woke up. That's always a good thing, right? And I met Jill. Great workout. Yep. Awesome. Yes, me too. I did the same thing. Jill and I met and did sprints earlier, and then I did a leisure walk, shorter than I would have liked. It's nap time soon. Awesome. Peachiosity is here. That's right. I'm super excited about San Diego too. I cannot wait. So we're leaving Friday for San Diego. And then I'm actually going to be staying out there for 2.5 weeks. So I'm super excited. Okay. Day 7 of the 20 by 20 challenge. Yay. Yes. Yeah, the 20 by 20 challenge is awesome, isn't it? So short. So continuing on from yesterday's cardio obsession chat, I hope you guys got some good information out of that. And I really wanted to talk about today was breaking that cycle and how to go about that. There's wasps flying around, so the very first step in breaking that cardio cycle is you have to decide to do it. And that is probably the most difficult part of the whole thing, is deciding that you need to make a change, okay? Because let's face it, and I'll be the first to tell you that I was addicted to cardio. I was a cardio addict. It was my drug. So, so escaping that mindset and, one second. Getting out of that mindset of having to do 3 and 4 hours of cardio a day, because that's what I thought I needed to do to stay in shape or to get in shape, was the hardest thing. Once I started gradually cutting back, and it was a gradual thing where I did cut back, then it was just your mindset just gradually starts to shift, where you realize that gosh, you mean I can get even better results with doing less? Wow, that's amazing. I don't have to spend all these hours in the gym or out on the road running or whatever that is. But it happened very, very gradually. And Jill and I talked a little bit about this yesterday. It was probably over the course of a year that, that it took me to really shift. And even during that time, I would sneak in. I'd sneak in workouts and not tell her. So, that's just how it was. And then after I got past that first year hump, and at that point I was competing in figure competitions, and where are you going, Peachy? You want to get down? Okay. There you go. And that led to a whole other just almost like an all or nothing type mindset where that was concerned. And then once I stopped doing that, it was really finding the balance between, what I enjoyed, what was going to get me the results that I wanted, but also keep me sane, keep my sanity. So that's really been just this, really since 2009, it's just been this, can't read that last comment, but anyway, I, over these past, 7 years, whatever it is, 6 years, of just really getting into this, letting go of that whole, I have to do this, I have to do that. But it was very gradual, and like I said, the very first thing that needed to happen was really making that decision. And honestly, the decision was made for me when I broke my heel, and I was in a cast, and I couldn't do anything other than weight train some. And so that was an eye opener. And I took a good, long, hard look at myself and what I was doing and what I've been doing for years, and the addiction, the cardio addiction. And I knew I needed to make a change. So it's getting to that point, getting to that point where you're still doing what you enjoy, but really digging deep, asking yourself, okay, do I really enjoy this, or am I doing it because I think I have to? So anyway, so that's that. What kinds of questions do you guys have about cardio obsession or breaking the cycle? Feel free to ask me anything. I'll give you as best to answer as I can. What do you struggle with that? Has that been a struggle for you? Kim's just jumped on. What kinds of things, because I know, especially as women, I think, we just have this fear that if we stop doing something, as far as exercise goes, that we're just gonna, hey Kelly, yes, I do use intermittent fasting, absolutely, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So intermittent fasting. Now, I talked a little bit about this the other day as far as what I can tell you what my workout schedule went to after I met Jill, and she and I started training together a few years ago. I was teaching a ton of classes at the time. I was teaching spinning classes and power pump classes and all that stuff, upwards of 10 to 15 classes a week. I was running a ton. I was doing any type of exercise I could, and really it got to the point where that, the amount of exercise I was doing was how kind of dictated my self-worth to me, which is ridiculous, right? So, but that's just, that crazy way of thinking that we fall into. So then when Jill gave me my workout schedule, and at that point I had decided that I wanted to train for a figure competition, get away from the running, and it was something that I'd always wanted to do. And I just, decided to make that change, and I trusted her, and I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm not overly religious, but I do have some spiritual beliefs, and I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and people are brought into and go out of your life for a reason. And I truly believe that Jill and I met, at exactly the right time, because I was in such a low point as far as my physical body was concerned. And she just came into my life right around the right time. So I'm so grateful for that. But so, when I decided that I wanted to stop the cardio, or cut back or whatever that meant. I didn't really know what that meant. She put me on, and I wanted to start building muscle for a figure competition. I was on a body part split workout. Typical bodybuilding split. Oh, I didn't know that, Kelly. That's awesome. Yeah, Jill is awesome. Yes, the ME mindset, yep, has changed my life drastically, so much. It was a typical body part split thing, and it's been so long ago. I think it was on Mondays I did chest, triceps, and shoulders. On Tuesdays and Fridays I did legs. On Thursdays I think I did back and biceps. And then mixed in there were some sprint days and some incline walking, of all things, which is great for the booty. So that was kind of how it went then, and I did that, some variation of that training up until my last competition, which was in 2011. And then it was all about finding the balance again. Okay, how do I go from doing, being stage ready to just living life and enjoying life? And so that's kind of been my focus, since then, the past 4 years, is just finding that balance. And right now my workouts are, I don't want to say they're not structured, but my workout plan, I have certain things that I try to do on certain days just because of my schedule, but I'm not as obsessed with, okay, if I don't get a leg day in this week, if I don't work, oh my gosh, I didn't work shoulders enough this week, I really don't obsess about that stuff anymore. It's just mainly, how do I maintain? And that's the cool thing too, is once you, especially as we get older, once you get that muscle, it's really easier to maintain it once it's there as we get older. So that's kind of been a positive thing these past few years with, almost being 46. So, so right now, I think I shared on Saturday, it's about 4 days of weight training, couple days of sprints, and then I am doing one longer run now, and just to bring that back in. And Kim had asked the question about, so how heavy is, when I talk about heavy lifting, what is heavy? What does that mean? So basically, when you're lifting heavy, you want to think about a rep range of 8 to 10 reps where, you can get no more than 10 repetitions. If you're able to breeze through 10 reps, then you need to increase your weight. Okay, so and when you're talking about building muscle, you want to think about really overloading a muscle group. Like I told you, I did chest, triceps, and shoulders one day, back and biceps one day, so you really want to focus on overload on those muscle groups, and working in that 8 to 10 rep range for 3 to 4 sets of each exercise. And that's really where that muscle, you're going to be able to build that muscle. And then also you need to look at your cardio. So if you're doing too much cardio, there's such a fine line between not enough and too much, as far as if you're also trying to burn fat. But really, that's the bad thing with running, is you can run off all your muscle, which is exactly what I had done back in the day. So you have to find that balance, and that's where sprints come in. If you're a runner and you love to run, but you find that you're losing muscle tone, switching to more sprint-based workouts will still give you that runner's high, but definitely a lot less destructive on the body as far as breaking down muscle. So that's that. I don't want to keep this too long, but Sarah had asked me like a typical day of eating. I always love this question because, again, it's not real structured. I did go from, I did the whole 6 meals a day thing where I was food prepping every Sunday and went shopping, and quite honestly, I'm not a cook. I don't like to cook. I really don't like the cleanup. Hate the cleanup. So, I don't know how to turn off those notifications while I'm in the middle. But anyway, so yeah, I went from that whole 6 meal a day thing, food prepping my life away, to, I currently am like, I do maybe a couple protein shakes a day. I do a really big salad at lunch, a big ass salad like we like to call them, with protein and maybe some berries and some nuts. It's big, and I'm so full after I eat that thing. But yeah, and then if I need snacks in between, I have a healthy snack. And it comes down to focusing in on hunger, energy, and cravings. If I really have learned how to clue into what the signals that my body is giving me. So, hunger, energy, and cravings, are they in balance? Am I starving? How's my energy? Is it low or high? Where are my cravings? Am I craving stuff that I wouldn't normally eat? If any one of those things is out of balance, then I need to adjust. And typically what I do and what I advise people to do is I increase my protein first. So I eat a little bit more protein. If things are still out of whack, then I might increase my veggies. So I actually increase my protein and my veggies around the same time. So I eat more fibrous vegetables, more protein. And then if things are still out of whack, then I'm going to increase my carbs, my starchy carbs, because obviously I'm not getting the energy that I need from my protein and my veggies. So no, ain't nobody got time for that. Absolutely, I don't count calories. I will never count calories. I absolutely do not obsess about it. I used to. I went through that whole game of just being completely obsessed with every single bite I put in my mouth, and I was miserable. So no counting calories, no obsessing, and I think that when you get to that point where you can let it go, that things kind of fall into place. You just, if you can relax into it and trust the process, trust yourself, I think it just all falls into place. I think once we get to that point where we're obsessing over numbers and amounts and macros and it is total freedom, absolutely. So that's kind of where I am. I hope that helps. Any questions, you guys? It's kind of cloudy here today. I don't know if you can tell, but kind of cloudy, a little bit humid. Thank you. I just love those little hearts. It's so cool. Any other questions? And you guys, feel free, I want to let you know, you can find me on Facebook. My business page is Prime Life Fit, and my personal page is Tara S. Ballard. You can find me there. Also, my website is primelifefit.com, and feel free to sign up for updates. I send out workouts and little tips and stuff like that. So I never send any spam or anything. So feel free to jump on and sign up for that. And going forward, just let me know what you want to see, what you want to hear about. I'm here. I'm drinking right now. If you're wondering, this is one of my favorite concoctions. It's a fruits, a greens, and an adaptogen blend. So really, really good. Helps lower stress in the body, and it's super yummy. I'm getting, gosh, I think the equivalent of 10 salads in this greens drink. So, so it's cool. We call it fruit punch. Yep. Yes. Oh, thank you for reminding me about that, Kim. Oh, I do have ACV in here, Susan. Absolutely. I do have apple cider vinegar in here. Tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern time, I'm going to be scoping a live workout with my training girls. I have 4 girls that I train at 7:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we're going to be going through a metabolic effect workout. They are all, the youngest one is in her between mid to late 40s, and the rest are in their 50s. So, this my whole thing. Age is just a number. So come on and join us. I will be, of course, recording that. I also figured out how I can upload all this stuff to YouTube, so I'll be posting it there too. So you guys, I'm going to jump off now. If anybody doesn't have any more questions, I've kept you long enough. I hope you guys have a great day. Happy Monday. We love Mondays in this house. You're welcome, Timmy. Okay, take care, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.